Hello, this is a different look for me, and let me tell you why. I have not been able to sit down to film makeup um, in a hot minute, and part of the reason for that is that I had a baby. So yeah, surprise, we didn't really post anything until she was here. Long story short, I'm tired. I'm not getting ready every day. I have about a week and a half left until my leave is up. But I thought I could kind of talk through my birth story situation, and then also I'm closing Lacquer 22. So I thought we can kind of talk through that as well. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of vlogging for the first time, so we'll see how this goes. We got a bottle washer off of our registry, and I was very okay with it, but definitely not like, oh my god, we have to get one. Let me tell you, if you're expecting, even if you've already had a kid, just go ahead. I had to exclusively pump in the beginning because our baby was born a month early, and breastfeeding was important to me. You do you. But she was too little to latch, so had to make sure supply was there even when she was unable to get it directly from me. That was a very fun month. But with all of the pumping and bottles that we had, we were running this thing, like, I kid you not, we were in through tablets, 30 packs of tablets in less than a week. So it was a lot. It's been a lifesaver. I'm a pretty cheap person, and we have the Baby Brezza. They have a pump shelving situation that you can buy. We did not buy that because I figured, let's see if we can have everything work without having to do that. It's been totally fine. There's definitely times with my wearables that I'm trying to squeeze everything in, but it does the job totally fine. All right, I'm gonna do a very janky, angled baby face kind of look, and kind of go through my birth story first, and then talk about why I'm closing nail polish. So first and foremost, this is not the place if you have medical, what is the right word here? If you have opinions on medical professionals and how they choose to typically help people, this is not the place. And if you are against modern medicine, this is also not the place. Let's just put it at that. I will defend healthcare workers. I know there's some bad apples occasionally, but this is not the place where we focus on the bad. As somebody that has never had any kind of surgery or hospital experience until having my baby, it was a very scary time, but I just put all my trust into everybody that delivers babies for a living, and everything was fine. So I had let's start for the week before. There were 3 or 4 days before that I had gone in and had an ultrasound, and everything looked totally fine. And that was unplanned ultrasound, but my OB was let's just get another look and check everything out. Everything was fine, sent me home. Not a big deal. Then, so that was on a Thursday, and then the following Monday I had a scheduled ultrasound. I had been fully low risk the entire time, which I'm extremely grateful for, obviously, but man, when things can change, things can change. So I went in for that scheduled ultrasound, and they said, hey, you have 0 amniotic fluid in there. You need to have this baby today. Mind you, this was 3.5 weeks before my due date, okay? And I thought, that's weird. I'm supposed to go to work, actually. My appointment was at 7 in the morning. I thought, I'm supposed to go to work after this, so I'm not having a baby. You've lost your mind. I'm not doing that. That's not on the agenda for today. They sent me to labor and delivery to get a second look before anything happens, you know, and that confirmed it. And I needed to have that baby that day immediately. She had been breech literally the whole time. Like literally the entire pregnancy had been breech. And so I actually had it scheduled for the week after to do a version, an ECV. If you don't know what that is, essentially it's when they try to turn the baby from being breech to being head down. That was a vaginal delivery was very important to me. I have my own reasons. Long story short, because there was no amniotic fluid, we didn't try that. Because the amniotic fluid is what allows them to move and groove in there. So I knew that was out when they said there was no fluid, and you know, my doctor just kind of came in and was like, so not happening. It's fine, everything's okay. Happy we didn't try to do it. But long story short, after that they give me consent forms for C-section and they put me on the books, and a few hours later I have a baby. It was very scary. It was a C-section. It was terrifying. Again, I had not had any kind of medical procedures like before C-section other than getting my wisdom teeth out, which is like arguably not comparable. Who would have thought? And you know, it's just I'm very grateful for modern medicine. I will never like understand the thoughts that are against it, the people that are like, I just don't get that. I really don't, but that's not for this video. That's not for any of video of mine. That's kind of heavy. But I'm very grateful that we were able to see no fluid, and even in my chart, like from the C-section, it says 0 amniotic fluid. So that's really fun. Not scary at all. I'm really happy that I went to that appointment because I almost canceled it. And let's just say the universe works in mysterious ways. So yeah, we have the baby. She's perfect and so cute. And everybody says she looks like my husband, and that kind of hurts my feelings. Because I did all the work and it's my body that got sliced open, but that's fine. It was just very, very scary. They had to, and this is not like to scare anybody, I just want to be kind of realistic with how many things can go wrong and everything still be perfectly fine. When I was in the OR, so I had been crying all day because scary, anxious. I've never had a kid before, let alone a C-section, and again, big time medical procedure. I was like crying all day. I had accepted that the C-section is what was going to happen because I wanted the natural so badly. And the tears had like subsided and my emotions had kind of leveled out a little bit, and I was able to accept it, go in. I swear to God, when they wheeled me into that OR and it was so sterile and bright, oh, the tears kept coming. The tears kept coming, came flooding back. I had a very, very sweet nurse that saw I was not well, and it was very, very sweet, but because I had to do this a lot with the high schoolers when I was teaching, like for anxiety and stuff, she was trying to distract me and like ask me about my husband, ask me about the baby, ask me about, you know, what's gonna happen or what's gone on in your life this week. Like, she's trying to get me to not think about this scary OR. And you know, she tried. She tried, but I saw right through it. It was very sweet of her, and I know it was good intentions. It just didn't work on me. I got a spinal, not an epidural, and let me tell you, I didn't feel a thing, okay? I've seen people describe C-sections as feeling like you're a purse and the doctors are just like digging in there trying to find something. I didn't feel anything. Okay, like scary. I didn't feel anything. It was very strange. I was sitting and they have you like kind of lean forward so the anesthesiologist can get in there. Worst part of it was lidocaine. If you've ever had like a cavity filled, or I don't know, like if you've ever had lidocaine and you know that like bee sting type feeling, that was the worst part of it. And you know, it's kind of ridiculous how fast it worked. I was still sitting up, like they hadn't even put a band-aid on my back yet, and my feet started going warm. And I was like, that's strange. And they said, nope, that's normal, you're fine. But here's where it gets a little bit scary, okay? They laid me down and almost immediately they said, heart rate dipping, we need splash, stat. I heard the word scalpel, felt like I was in ER. A lot of very scary words, very, very fast. And there was a different anesthesiologist that was at my head. And I started crying because what do you mean? And I said, whose heart rate has started dipping? Because I'm fine. I'm a superhero. I'm going to bounce right back and it's going to be totally fine and normal and okay. And she said, the baby's. And I said, oh my God, where's my husband? Because they can't allow guests while you're getting your anesthesia because it's not sterile. So my husband was not in the room with me until I was cut open. Terrifying. Oh my God. More tears. You know, if you're like, maybe you don't know, because I don't feel like I was very familiar with it until this point. And you're laying on your back and you're crying and your tears perfectly roll into your ears. It was kind of that situation. Scary in the moment. And then they lowered the drape and I could see my baby girl, and I swear to God, everything didn't matter. And I knew that going into it because I was freaking out about having a vaginal or a C-section. And I knew that once she was here, it would not matter whatsoever. I was right. I was right. Saw her face and I was like, oh, yeah, everything's gonna be okay. So I don't say that to scare anybody, but just to kind of go through like that scary things can happen and everything and everyone is still okay. Because that's what I was terrified about. But now I'm 11 weeks postpartum and I'm fine. And I'm doing some workouts and I'm seeing a pelvic floor therapist, and I have anti-anxiety medication. It's fine. Everything's fine. I hope if you've gone through it that you had a similar experience to me, and I hope if you're pregnant right now that you will have a similar experience to me, or even better. My birth plan was literally natural delivery, no students, and that was it. Like, I didn't care if I needed an induction. I didn't care if I needed an epidural because I was going to try to go without. I didn't care what I needed. I just wanted a natural delivery and like minimal people in the room. And even that minimal birth plan was never going to be applied. We'll just say that. And it's okay. It's okay. Now that I'm on the other side, it's okay. And it's not worth stressing about. And this is the best nap she's taken in a few days. And it's really nice. So since I'm kind of stuck on the couch for the next little bit, so I've decided to close Lacquer 22. I started this business in 2020, LOL. And long story short, I always think that I'm Superman. I am never Superman. I knew having a baby would obviously be like a really big change in our lives and disruptive in the best way. But I really thought that I could keep my full-time job, have a baby to take care of, have a husband and a dog and a house to maintain, and all of those things. And I can't do all of those things and take care of myself while trying to run a business. So yeah, if you're interested, polishes are $6 forever. And once they're gone, they are truly, truly gone. Have to do my spiel, of course. Birthday gifts, Christmas gifts. If you want to buy something for somebody for Valentine's Day next year, just take a little gander. I'm really proud of what I made, and I'm definitely gonna miss it, but my priorities just have to be elsewhere for now, which is fine. And I like wouldn't have it any other way. But yeah, it's very, very bittersweet, but it's for the best, and who knows what I'll do down the road. TBD. I'm gonna see how this like works out with vlogging, because I'm doing it on my phone right now, and I feel like that's just gonna be so much easier to upload and edit than like setting up my camera and sitting down and filming a video that way and blah 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 blah. So we'll see, TBD. I think it could be fun. We'll see how often I remember to do it once I'm back at work, because right now, pretty easy. So I've been doing like half calf, or this one's fully decaf, because I'm putting in protein powder that has a little bit of caffeine in it. Try to get some extra grams while breastfeeding, because oh my god, I'm hungry all the time. It's fine. Certainly not my preferred coffee. On the weekends, I make it how I want it to be, but during the week, I sacrifice a little bit so that I can have more protein and less caffeine. I quite literally pressed the button to stop recording, and then she sneezed herself awake. So now we are baby wearing because she has not had a nap today, and it's 2 p.m. Here we go, making coffee. Okay, how'd you get there? There's one.
What's this?
I have the OXO French press, and it has a little part that goes underneath the coffee grounds. So when you clean it, you can just lift out the coffee grounds, and it's not a spectacle. And I forgot it. So then I had to pour the coffee grounds out, put the thing in, pour the grounds back in. What a nightmare. Hard life. So when I do my big batch of coffee like this, I have a pretty big mason jar. It's, oh my god, I can't read. I think that's 3.5 cups maybe. And then this reusable coffee filter that I just pour into. And it kind of just makes sure that there's no grounds or any kind of sediment that gets in there. And then I just put it in the fridge, and I make my iced coffee in the morning. It's really nice, easy, and I do this when I'm at work too. It's just super, super nice, and it's a good system. It's now 2 days later, and I have the bottle washer running, if you can hear that. Yesterday, all I really did was go to therapy. Love my therapist so much. And today we're kind of chilling. I'm gonna make another batch of coffee for the weekend and next week, and we'll see. I just had a little chocolate chip snack. Not much happening. The absolute best part of maternity leave is having a baby nap on you, and then also having your dog nap next to you. It's very sweet, it's very calming, and I'm gonna miss this so much, so soon. Okay, and this will be the last little section, I guess, of my first ever vlog. Today is the last Monday before I go back to work, and I have a lot of feelings about it. I'm using this week as a trial run of sorts so that I'm able to get out of the house in time to go back to work, and like, you know, not be late to work every day with daycare and getting her ready, getting me ready, all the things there. A lot of feelings, but this is again the Monday before I go back and the end of this little vlog situation, and I will see you next time. Bye.